We have Bart Starr, the former Green Bay Packers Super Bowl winning quarterback, is dead. And so is Bill Buckner, the infamous Red Sox first baseman who helped let the Mets win the 1986 World Series and continue the curse of the Bambino. We have a new All-Star voting format, which, I mean, if you weren't aware of what the old one was, it was you had the highest votes of your position, you were the starter. The All-Star game used to dictate who had home field advantage in the World Series. That stopped being a thing a couple of years back, and they're trying to, I guess, make it more interesting, but honestly, it really isn't. It's not really anything. I mean, their new format, which actually starts today, you basically vote for as many players as you really want to. You can vote on like the MLB.com website and its affiliated apps, on team websites. Just Google searching it, that's another thing. So then the second phase will be that once all the votes are done in this sort of preliminary round, you're going to have the starter round, and basically 3 players for each position, or 9 in the outfield. All the votes are wiped clean. Those top 3 vote getters, top 9 in the outfield, then get voted on for an entire day plus an extra 4 hours for whatever reason. I'm not really a fan of it. I think it's just a little too much. I mean, I'm trying to get the fans interested in it a little bit more, but honestly, the All-Star game is just sort of turning into the NFL's Pro Bowl. It's not really exciting. I mean, the NHL sort of has their thing where they have each of the divisions now, and they fight it out, and like the winning team gets some prize money and whatnot. Maybe that's a thing you might want to do. Like maybe do an exhibition of like play 3 games or something, and then maybe throw a runner on second base if you got to go to like extra innings or something. I don't know, but the All-Star game's like really boring. I mean, football's the only one where it's really at the end of the season. In baseball, you're getting more and more injuries, so like you're not going to want to have a let's see who could throw the fastest or run around the bases the fastest. So it's not really as exciting. And then when you get towards like October, November, it gets colder out, and you're only really going to want to have games in like warmer weather, like say in Florida or Texas. You're not going to want to have a game out in Toronto. Well, then again, Toronto's, I guess it's dome, so I don't know, maybe you can't have a game in Toronto. All-Star voting is not really a interesting thing for me right now. What was exciting for me was that hit by Krug for the Bruins last night, getting hit by the guy on the St. Louis Blues, and he was trying to fight back, and the other guy just like sort of smushed him down into the ground. Mad, lost his helmet in the process, and skated from one side of the rink all the way to the other. And as this like rookie player on the Blues was about to get the puck, Krug just went and just bulldozed them. Some people were saying, hey, that was charging. Some were saying didn't leave his feet, so it shouldn't be charging. But if you look in the rules, it says you take more than like 2 strides or an excessive amount of distance, which, you know, going across the entire rink is a little bit excessive. But, you know, he was playing the guy who was playing the puck, but I mean, he didn't have a helmet. The refs didn't stop anything. So I don't know if that's just like good reffing that like you're letting the play continue, or bad reffing that, hey, he didn't have a helmet on, this is player safety. But I thought it was a cool play. I thought it was exciting. It's sort of like old school hockey. It was exciting. And that's what shows about the hockey players. They're not afraid to get hit and then get back up and hit you right back. I like hockey, so I thought it was a nice, cool play. It was a little dirty and unnecessary, yeah, but at the same time, I think it was good, hard spirits. The Stanley Cup Finals, they're there to win. And the last thing I want to touch up back to baseball, Sir Didi Gregorius is theoretically maybe coming back next week, the week after for the Yankees, which I don't really know where you put him in this lineup. I mean, he was supposed to come back at like the end of June, maybe July. He might be back the first week of June. These fill-ins, these minor league players are just sort of like doing really well. I mean, you got to move Torres back to second base and move LeMahieu. Is he going to play third? Because Urshela's doing pretty darn well at third base defensively, and he's hitting pretty well. LeMahieu's hitting pretty well. I mean, maybe LeMahieu becomes the ultimate utility player, and he just sort of like plays a different position every game and gives everyone a break or lets someone DH for a time to time. But then you have Kendry Morales, which you sort of picked up and you sort of like his bat, but at the same time, you're going to get Judge and Stanton back. Do you just let them go? And then you got to let Troy Tulowitzki go too. I mean, it's all crazy. It's all chaos. And I don't know. But Paxton's supposed to be back tomorrow, so that's a good thing. Hopefully. All right. See you next week.